Welcome back. From the sublime to the ridiculously small. It's time to make another thing for the steampunk miniature house. My wife wanted some sort of candle. Remember from last time, the chandelier. Got several of these, well, 3 of these candles left. I was so thrilled with. They worked really well. So I needed some way of supporting them against the wall downstairs in the lower part of the hallway. Let's put that there. So, boar's head, I thought. So I found one and smoothed it out on the amazing Blender software, but that's another story entirely, and then stuck it on a shield. And my initial design was to have 2 of these prongs sticking out pipes, partly as a sort of experiment to see whether it would, because if you're going to print things that hang out like that, because it's printed sitting like that, theoretically you need to tell it to build a support structure on the outside that you then snap off. But I thought if I set this to 0.1 millimeters a layer, so it's really fine, because these are curved and the boar's head is curved, it might be alright, and the inside of the boar's head is curved, and sure enough, isn't that amazing? But it printed it all, and these are hollow for the wires, but I can't get the wires through, and I didn't like the look of it. It looks too clumsy. So I designed another one which, a bit like the chandelier, it's got 2 pieces of wood that's sticking out, sort of, with holes through them. Now that's good because I can get to the back of the holes there in case they get blocked up and stick something through. And again, that printed these 2 bits sticking out perfectly at 0.1 millimeters. And then I painted it to hopefully resemble something like that. 2 of them stuck onto there, with the wires somehow going through to the back. I have taken account of the wires by leaving these little slots. I'm absolutely amazed that it printed this standing up, because it wasn't straight out horizontally. It managed to, and it's the hollow. I can't believe it. It's absolutely incredible. Let me just remind you about my 3D printer. There it is in all its glory. It's a Ender 3D Pro, if memory serves. For under £200, that's British pounds, you can get one. It's absolutely amazing. It's about 4 years old, 5 years old now. I've used it so much. It is incredible. And the software to design stuff you can download free for if you've got Windows 11 or whatever, 10. So that's it. Simple. Absolutely amazing. Really easy to use as well. I'll put details in the comments just in case. I'm very pleased to say also that I think, because I've been wittering on about this for so many years, I have convinced, I think there are about 3 people now who own one, thanks to my ranting and raving. Anywho, back to this. Now, my next problem, is I need to fix that in and glue 2 wires on, and somehow bend that into this shape, so the wires stick out the back. One top tip, so you know which way round to connect this, because with LEDs, one side is positive, the other side ground or negative or whatever. The longer leg is always positive, so I have soldered these 2 wires on and left the longer leg positive. Cunning plan. Let's try and get that glued in. Look, dear friends, it worked. I managed to glue it on. That looks lovely. So pleased, and the wires just went through and came out the back, and because they're quite rigid I can just glue them up into those little slots. Right, let's get the other one on. I can't wait to see what it's going to look like, and I can't wait to put electrotrickery through it and see what it looks like. I've got them glued on. How exciting. And I thought, just as a precaution, that over one of the wires on each side, I've poked a little bit of heat shrink tube just to make sure that they stay insulated. Now I'm going to glue all 4 wires up here and then solder 2 1K5 resistors to them so they run off 12 volts. Right, I've got it wired up. So the 2 longer wires, which were positive, go to 2 1K5, which is 1500 ohms resistors, and they're going to the red wire, and the black wire just goes to the 2 shorter ones. Let's give it a go. I'm really pleased with that. Now, regarding wiring up lights in a doll's house or miniature house, 20 years ago I built a scale model of my house as a doll's house for my wife, and I wired it up with this stuff, which is amazing. It's self-adhesive tape, and it's got two pretty substantial flexible copper conductors on it, and you stick it into place and it's flat, so you can put wallpaper or anything else that you want over the top. And then to actually get connections out, or to turn it through 90 degrees and connect other ones to it, you use these little brass hollow rivet things. They fit on to the end of this tool, and then once you've stuck that tape down, you just push it really firmly through one of the connectors. You need two for each connection, obviously, and then the inside hole is the right diameter for the standard miniature lamp push plug things. That's a very good way of doing it. And I may, if I make another one of these or more of these, now with 3D printing, I could actually print something on the back with two pins sticking out, so that it could actually support it as well as connect it. Another top tip. As always, if you've got any questions or queries, or want a copy of the STL 3D printing files that I've done for this, please do get in touch.